presented by Horns and Hooves Entertainment. You are watching Buffalo After Dark.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Buffalo After Dark. I am your host, Bob Hanson, and I am here with Adam Fitzgerald, our good buddy, and then we also have our other buddy, Andy Van Meer. So, boys, how are you doing tonight? Oh, God, I hate that already. It's like, fuck my life. But not entirely.
It's NFL free agency frenzy. It's been one hell of a past, I don't know, it's been 2 hours, really?
Yeah, since like the new NFL year, which was 4 hours ago. Jesus Christ, we have a lot to discuss tonight. But you know what? We might be in for a long episode because at the end of the day, what matters most is just the fact that all these moves are coming in from left and right, and there's some big splashes to go along with it. So we might as well just take a deep dive and take a good look at it. What do you guys say?
Yeah, there's a lot on the board.
Aye, Captain. Aye.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bobby.
All righty. So let's hit the show on the road. So let's go on with the first day of free agency with the Deshaun Watson rumors. So
you had to start off with
why do you have to start there? Why the actual fuck?
You know what, Adam? Let him get it over with first. Let him get it over now so you don't have to worry about it later.
Yes, but here's the thing. Deshaun Watson's decision, in quotation, will be decided either tonight or tomorrow. We're going to find out. So we're just at the finish line where Deshaun Watson's going to be going. And it's down to two teams, or actually three, depending who you talk to. It's down to the Carolina Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New Orleans Saints. And I know Adam, because I've been posting it like speculation and all that bullshit within the last 24 hours, and he got pissed off at me for overachieving on it. So I'm just like, all right, I'll give him some time to breathe and then go for it. So Adam, tell us your opinions, man, because I know the Panthers are deeply in these conversations.
Okay, here's my one and only fucking opinion you're going to get on this fucking matter. I've been hearing about Deshaun Watson for the last fucking how long? 2 years? Three years?
At least a year.
More than that. It's more than fucking that. Oh, before we got fucking Sam Faggot Darnold, we were talking about, Deshaun Watson's coming to the Panthers. Yeah, we're going to hear this. We're going to hear. And then all the rumors are gone. I'm like, you know what? Thank God. I don't have to hear about the Deshaun Watson ever again. But no. Here we go again. It's all it's been the last fucking 2 weeks. It's been Deshaun Watson's going to be a Panther. Deshaun Watson's going to be here. Oh my God, the Browns have interest. Oh my God, this team has interest. It's all fucking clickbait and bullshit, and I'm fucking sick of hearing it. I don't even want the guy. Even if he gave us fucking Deshaun Watson for fucking free right now, I'd say go fuck your hat, go fuck your mom. Actually, give you a reach around to your fucking dad at the same time.
Oh,
and stay the fucking at the Panthers. You know what? Because at this point, the guy is way over fucking rated. He is his head's so big at this point that he's probably just like, I can go whatever the fuck I want. Now you know what? You can go fuck yourself, and you can suck your own dick. How about remove a couple of ribs, suck your own dick, shove your fist up your ass, and fly the fuck.
There it is. That's what we wanted to hear.
all right, there he goes. But
there we go. Got it all out. There we go. Perfect.
Yes. Yes. So what if he ends up actually going to the Panthers of all this time? What if he ends up saying, I want to go to the Carolina Panthers?
Gotta be happy. I know you hate it, but I know you gotta be happy.
Dude, at this point, I don't think I'd even be happy. I'd just be like, okay, it is what it is, and then go from there. But I'm over the whole Deshaun Watson bullshit. Like, Jesus Christ, man, this has been going on too fucking long.
Yeah,
but just like me and Bobby were saying earlier, like how we used to talk about Jack and when is he going to get traded and where's he going to go? Who's he going to get it for? And I mean, I get it. I mean, as soon as he lands somewhere, the saga will be over. And if he goes to Carolina, I'm sure you'll be happy because that means Darnold's out. Well, and we can continue on.
Yeah, and you know what? Life will plow on. You know what? At the end of the day, you have to remember, football, hockey, or any sport for that matter is a business, and these things take time. I mean, I mean, taking from Andy, he's like, last 48 hours. I mean, hey, we were fucking wrong because we heard about Chandler Jones earlier. And it's just like, you know what? They missed out on Chandler Jones. And I'm like, well, they better make up for it. And he was like, oh, Chandler Jones to the Bills, Chandler Jones to the Bills. And then Andy got butthurt about that too.
Yeah, I was hoping he would come, and then he goes to the Raiders. The guy said he wanted to go to a contender, and the Raiders are the worst team in that division still, even with Derek Carr.
Right,
I don't
right.
care.
Well, I
But
mean,
Derek Carr is the
whatever.
only. Derek Carr is the only fucking saint on that fucking team. So it's he's the only thing keeping that team relevant, even any relevance they are. But I don't know. I don't agree with that decision. I would have went the Bills, but it's not my fucking career. It's not my fucking paycheck. So
yeah, it's all understandable, but like, consider what the Raiders gave him. $17 million is a lot of money for that standard, but we'll get to who we're going to talk about next in a bit. But it's just crazy, though, within the last 48 hours. I mean, you already heard so much about Chandler Jones going to the Bills. That never gelled at all. I mean, they were finalists along with the Jets, and I think the Dolphins were in the mix as well, or it might have been the Falcons. I don't remember. But yeah, so Chandler Jones was going to pick the Bills, and they ended up going to the Raiders because he probably saw something and it's like, you know what? There's a really stacked AFC West. I want to go be a part of that rivalry going forward with, the Chargers and the Broncos and all that stuff. But the AFC West is going to be very hard to decide on next year because everybody's fucking loaded on it next year. So
my personal opinion, Chandler, you picked wrong. You picked for the money. You didn't pick for the win, and you're an idiot.
From Horns and Hooves Entertainment, this is breaking news.
okay, Von Miller is going to be a Buffalo Bill. Holy shit. What do we have to say about that?
It's all over my Facebook page. It's like, I mean, people are excited, but at the same time, people are bitching about the contract. And, I said earlier, just wait till the terms come out and see what they actually are before you go blasting it because he's 32 years old. Like, people just can't pump the brakes.
Like you said, I don't see Bean making a stupid contract like that. There's obviously going to be something that's feasible for the Bills. And a 32-year-old coming in, yeah, he's a future Hall of Famer. But if you can get 3 good years of that guy, you know what?
It's worth it.
It is worth it. And I can guarantee you Brandon Bean isn't here to overpay players. He wouldn't be there if he was. So.
No.
And he won't put the team in that position either to screw around with the money.
Yeah, he's way too determined at this point. I mean, what Brandon Bean has done within the last 5 years on the Bills, building that team from the ground up, drafting Josh Allen, trading for Stephon Diggs, that to me was the defining moment. And it's funny because today is actually the 2-year anniversary of the Stephon Diggs trade. It's nuts how 2 years ago, nobody thought that Stephon Diggs was going to come to the Bills. And all of a sudden, it was a complete 180, and they give up all these assets in the trade. And then they went out, and 2 years later, got one of the best pass rushers in all of football, in Von Miller. And the funny thing about the contract, too, is that, and I just told this to Andy a few minutes before Adam got on the show and before we got here, was according to SportTrack.com, they said, and I quote, on his previous 6-year deal with the Broncos, Von Miller was guaranteed $70 million, but his actual contract was $42 million. Now, with his 6-year deal with the Bills, his guaranteed money is $52 million, but he's fully guaranteed $32 million at the end. So if you take everything with a practical purpose, the actual contract is 3 years at $53 million.
Yeah, so he's guaranteed. He's basically making 11 mil, just over 11 mil a year for 3 years. And if it works out, then he stays for another couple. Then he makes his 50. That's basically what it is.
Yeah,
is it 11? Because 3 for 53 is 17 per.
Well, I'm just saying his guaranteed amount is 32 mil.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that that's just over 11 mil a year. And then if it works out after the fact, then the other 20 mil or 18 mil that's left over, that's when he's guaranteed to get that. But
yeah,
it's not a dumb. Bean made a good fucking move. It's not stupid. It's ingenious if you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, he manipulated the salary cap, and people say, "Oh, what if we go over the salary cap?" fuck the salary cap. The salary cap at this point in this modern NFL is a myth. So basically, if you look at what the Broncos gave up for Russell Wilson, they gave up half of their future for one guy, right? So that went basically over the cap at this point. And then they went out and manipulated the contract for Randy Gregory, who basically bitched at the Cowboys saying, you know, I only want to stay if you're going to let me smoke weed. And in Texas, it's illegal to smoke weed. So for him, if he goes to Colorado, which is exactly what he did, he flipped the contract and went to Denver to play with Russell Wilson, because in Colorado, it's legal to smoke weed. And Randy Gregory is a big weed guy. Not that it matters, but it's just like, you know,
I stand by his opinion. I know I already accept his opinion on the matter, and I stand by him.
yes. So that's basically why Randy Gregory decided to flee the Cowboys for Denver, was so that he can also play with Russell Wilson. I mean, at this point, why would not anybody want to play with Russell Wilson? Let's be honest here.
You know what? I think he's a bum, but yeah.
You think he's a?
I don't know. I still think they gave up too much for him. I mean,
yeah, he ain't fucking. That's like what you give up for a fucking package that includes a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a running back. You give away your whole future for one fucking player.
plus 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 3 seconds, like 3 seconds, and fucking whatever else they gave.
No, it was 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris. That was what they.
You're basically your whole future for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Rams. They gave up their future for the next 10 to bring in people like Jalen Ramsey and Von Miller at the time, and then Matthew Stafford and all these people.
But it worked. Though, didn't it? Didn't it work? They won a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, that's the plan the Bills are going now with Von Miller is, you know, as ecstatic as I am that they actually went out of the way to get this guy, I honestly thought that he was not going to stay with the Bills. I honestly thought he was either going to go back to the Rams or he was going to go back to the Broncos. But then when I heard about the whole Randy Gregory situation going to Denver, I said, okay, Von Miller's definitely out of Denver. And then there was talks of the Rams bringing him back. And then it really went quiet. And then the Cowboys came in and said, all right, we're going to try to offer Von Miller a contract. So the Cowboys at this point now in the last 3 days have had absolutely no luck at all when it came to, you know, bringing in big name defensive players. And Von Miller was on the top of their list to replace Randy Gregory as a way of getting back at the Broncos for taking Randy Gregory. So that blew up in their face. And of course, Von Miller wanted to play with Josh Allen. I mean, who the fuck wouldn't want to?
Okay, can I just say that Gregory is one of my favorite players now because he's a big pothead, and I'd love to smoke a bowl with you, Gregory. Let's get together sometime.
Yep. And I got to tell you, this frenzy has just been absolutely ludicrous. I mean,
let's talk about the other guys that we've signed so far. I mean, these guys are no joke to be messed with either.
No,
I mean, at least for me, you know, the Tim Settle signing to me, I think is a steal.
That's a solid pickup right there. Solid.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, yeah, go ahead, Adam.
No, that's an underrated signing. That's everybody's gonna look at it as like, oh, that's just a bullshit signing, but you know what? That's a guy that'll make the difference, man. When it counts, and people see it, it'll happen. So
absolutely. And you know what, too? The funny thing about all this is there were 2 factors about this guy. I never heard of him until the Bills brought him in as a free agent. Because the Commanders don't ever rotate their defensive lines, Tim Settle never got a chance to play. That's number 1. Number 2, he's also getting to play with his buddy, Tremaine Edmonds, from his days in Virginia Tech. So that really solidifies everything for that signing, to be with Tremaine Edmonds and to get a chance to play in the NFL. So I'm happy about that overall. So,
and he's a big boy.
Yeah, big time. And I got to say, though, you know, like I said, the Bills are making moves, man. I'm telling you, they're going crazy with these free agent signings. I mean, bringing OJ Howard helps too. So OJ Howard for 1 year for $3.5 million ain't too shabby either.
I think it's a pity signing, though. That's a pity signing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a show me contract. And the funny thing about that, like I was talking to some people before that, Buffalo's never had 2 tight ends that can catch the ball. Yes. Also, the Bills never really ran double tight end sets. Yes. Oh, okay. Because they never had that. Okay. So are they going to come in with a different package this year? Are they going to have OJ and Dawson on a four wide with Gabe and Steph on the outs? I mean, who knows? I don't know or what the hell's his name, Dorsey. I don't know what he's going to be cooking up, in this off season with the new packages, maybe.
But the thing I look at it too is the more weapons you have, and the more options you have, that's more option for you to fuck with whoever you're playing, dude. Because they're not gonna know what you're doing every fucking play.
Oh
Right?
no, absolutely. If you're starting to run different things you've never ran before, and if
So
it clicks, it's even better.
if you have two tight ends that can catch, and they're both good tight ends, and they can catch the ball. Like, dude, those 2-3 hour yards that you were like lacking in against the Chiefs and shit, like, dude, that's the thing of the past. You'll be able to get those fucking 2-3 yards every fucking game, every play.
Yeah, and you know what, too? And to be honest with you guys, I don't even think this is the last we're going to hear of Brandon Beane with the Buffalo Bills. Because let's be honest, they were supposed to address the running back position, but that whole bullshit J.D. McKissick story came out today and completely changed everything. And if it weren't for that signing alone, they probably honestly wouldn't have been able to get Von Miller, in my opinion. So
I think too, though, I read an article about how the Bills. Everyone said the Bills were just hearsay trying to get McCaffrey, but from the article I read, they were actually really trying to get McCaffrey. Just the Panthers didn't really want to give him up, and that's what it boiled down to, right? And he's not going nowhere, and I just don't think the Panthers actually wanted to trade him to begin with. So
I said, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
but at the same time, if the price was right, yeah, maybe they would have pulled the trigger, but it would have had to be something really sweet to get rid of.
Yeah, I mean, when I thought about that, because I heard they were not willing to trade McCaffrey, I actually heard a rumor, and again, forgive me on this, but there was a rumor that they were going to throw him in the Deshaun Watson trade that sent him to the Texans as part of the deal, and the Panthers said no, regardless to the situation. So it's not like it would change anything. In fact, I don't even think, and I'm not convinced either, that the Panthers want to trade McCaffrey. I don't think.
No, here's where it doesn't make sense to me, because whoever came up with that article and said that dumb shit is obviously borderline retarded, because you can't give Deshaun Watson, sit down with him and be like, hey, Watson, we want you to come to the Panthers, but all we have to offer, we're going to give McCaffrey to the Texans, and we're going to fucking have no weapons for you, but please come to the Panthers.
Yeah,
basically. It makes no fucking sense. If you don't keep McCaffrey, what's the point of bringing in Watson? What's the fucking point?
Yeah, basically. I mean, there was a lot of trades this offseason that doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, though, that one to me makes a lot of sense, to the point where it's like, why would you trade McCaffrey? I mean, he's a Panther now, but I think he's going to be for a while. If you're going to trade McCaffrey and bring in Watson, it completely defeats the purpose of bringing him in to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody was saying the Saints have the best shot to get him with Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas and all that. That's the best chance for him to win. Cleveland would turn into a fucking fiasco overnight, if you haven't heard by now about the whole Baker Mayfield situation. And most people will say they're blaming it on Deshaun Watson. Well, it's really not his fault. It's mainly the most Browns thing to ever do. Let's be honest with ourselves here.
I don't know. The Baker Mayfield thing is, you know what? Fuck me, man. You guys fucking you drafted him, so like you can shit on the guy you want. He's still he's another fucking Stafford in my mind. He's another fucking quarterback that's not getting this opportunity to fucking be who he is and being able to fucking win. And Stafford's testament to that. Well, he played on a fucking shitty Lions team for fucking years, ruined half his fucking career, and then he went to the fucking Rams and won the Super Bowl. All he needed was those key players to fucking help him get over the fucking top or actually win. I think the same thing about Baker Mayfield. I'm not saying he's as good as Stafford. I'm saying the guy hasn't been given the fucking opportunities to fucking win.
Yeah, I hear you. And I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Baker all day. Well, I would say within the last 2 hours, and that is okay. Never mind. Anyway, and the story is that Baker Mayfield was very upset with the Browns, and he actually went on an emotional like rant on Instagram and on social media, or a little, pattern or paragraph about saying goodbye to the Browns. And allegedly, the story came out and said that the Browns met with Deshaun Watson, which was true, but they did not tell Baker Mayfield. And he got really pissed off about that. But on the other
Well,
end,
he has every fucking right to. He has every fucking right to be pissed off.
yep.
You're supposed to be the franchise quarterback, and now all of a sudden they go behind your fucking back to fucking talk to another fucking all-star quarterback. You know what I mean? It's a kick in the fucking teeth, dude. It's a kick in the balls. Like a young quarterback like him, that's retarded, dude. That's like what a franchise quarterback. Yeah, that's not how you treat a franchise quarterback.
No.
You know what I mean? Supposedly.
Yeah, and the crazy part about that is the Atlanta Falcons actually told Matt Ryan themselves, hey, we're looking at Deshaun Watson, but just keep in mind, if we get him, we're going to trade you to Indianapolis or Seattle.
Well, at least he fucking told him. At least he were fucking good enough to tell the guy.
That's the point. The Falcons actually did the right thing, and they said, listen, man, we know you're getting up there in age, but we're heading in a new direction with a new coaching staff and a new front office. But we absolutely want to add Deshaun Watson, but we can't keep you at the same time. So if we do get him, don't be surprised if you get traded. So that's basically the message. And
so basically they were helping him. They're basically saying, hey, man, you're going to be a backup quarterback, or we can trade you to somewhere where they can use you as a starting quarterback. So, that's sensible. That makes sense, because Matt Ryan is getting old, and they were good enough to fucking tell the guy. Unlike Mayfield, it was just like, hey man, we met with Deshaun Watson yesterday. They're probably getting kicked to the curb. We don't know where.
Right. And it makes sense too about the whole situation, about why he would be pissed off. I can't blame Baker for this, to be honest, because that's all on the Browns. They're the ones that fucked up everything by not telling him that they were going after Deshaun Watson. I think he would be a little more understandable if they told him and they were just being honest. But I think at this point, I'm highly convinced that Baker Mayfield is going to end up getting traded to the Colts. I firmly believe that.
Well, I mean, how can an organization be that low? You know what I mean? He put his life out there on the field, put his body out there to get, smacked around, only for them to go and say, hey, we're kind of pursuing Deshaun Watson.
They didn't even tell him, though. They didn't even tell him that until like the next day. That's the dick part. That's the part that makes it work.
What is going on with these clubs, man? Like, if you're not going to want to keep the guy, then just trade his ass. And I mean, if you feel like you're, in the forefront of, yes, Deshaun is better than Baker, not by a whole lot, but he's a step above.
Yeah, Andy, I hate to break. Yeah, I'm sorry. Finish your sentence, and I have something to tell you. But go ahead.
I'm just saying, I understand what the Browns are doing. They want to get better at the position. They want to go after Watson. I get that, but you can't leak that stuff. You got to keep that under wraps. I don't know who their social media guy is, but the guy should be fired.
He probably is fired at this point. He's probably already gone.
Starting all this shit now with Baker, basically saying, all right, thanks, Cleveland. I did my best. The team doesn't want to keep me. They want, go after Watson. All right, well, see you later. I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, I hope Baker gets traded. And if they play the Browns, I really hope he slaughters the shit out of them. Because if you look at Indianapolis compared to Cleveland completely dismantled their entire team within 2 years. But, starting with OBJ, and then Jarvis Landry, who by some fucking coincidence is meeting with the Atlanta Falcons today.
There's no chance in hell that Watson goes to the fucking Browns.
No.
No chance. No chance.
Absolutely not. If I were him, I'd say, fuck you guys. What you just did to Baker, absolutely. I don't want to play for your shitty organization. And you know what? The Browns deserve this, to be honest, because they've been scums their whole lives. Even when they were the old Cleveland Browns in the 70s and 80s, it's absolutely disgusting of how they're treating this guy. I mean, I know I'm not the biggest Baker Mayfield fan in the world, but he does not deserve this under any circumstance.
Well, plus, I feel like if to be honest, I think it's basically down to two teams, and in all honesty, I in the bottom of my stomach, I just know where Deshaun Watson is going to go,
Where?
and it's not going to be the Panthers; it'll be the Saints.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the same.
I just feel like he's going to look at the bigger picture. He's going to look at the fact that the Panthers have a good, good prospects coming up and shit. He's going to look at the fact that Christian McCaffrey's there, but he's not healthy. And then he's going to look at fucking the Saints, and he's going to see so many more weapons, and they're probably going to offer the same, if not more. And then he's just going to pick the Saints, dude. It's just common sense. If I was Watson, I'd be gone to the Saints by him.
Yeah.
But also, I also think he could also go to Cleveland because with them bringing in Amari Cooper, that's another thing. They go, oh, well, now I got a nice receiver I could throw to.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
at the same time though, after what he just seen, that what they just did to what's his name, like
Baker Mayfield.
I can't see him wanting to be a part of an organization. He just wants to leave for the same shitty stuff they did to him. Like I can't see it happen. I really can't.
Yeah, I don't either. And
From Horns and Hooves Entertainment, this is breaking news.
speaking of that, we have some breaking news. The Miami Dolphins have just signed running back Raheem Mostert to a multi-year deal.
Damn.
Oh God. Bye to your career because you're going to a shithole.
Yep. And Raheem Mostert is actually a good running back. For him to go to Miami, holy shit.
He was good for my Niners, I'll tell you that.
You gonna miss the guy?
Oh yeah, I mean he was phenomenal, especially in the year they went to the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? He was phenomenal.
Wow.
He just couldn't stay on the field.
Yeah. So Raheem Mostert just got a 1-year deal for $3.125 million with the Miami Dolphins.
Well, that's where careers go to die, I guess.
You know what? I mean, I get the argument, but with the way things are being run with the Dolphins, I'm not exactly sure if they're going to be competitive this year. I mean, Buffalo's going to run away with the AFC East again. That's basically a clear favorite at this point. New England is shitting their pants. The Jets are trying, which, they're just overspending on players. Guys like CJ Uzama and DJ Reed and all that bullshit.
You
And
know
then
what? The thing is they also signed a very good lineman in Laken Tomlinson, who also left my 49ers. So they're really starting to build a good offensive line in my eyes. And with the two top picks, the top 10, they can grab another guard. I mean, that offensive line could be really something to deal with next year.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that's the case. I mean, the Dolphins are definitely heading down that direction, same with the Jets, but both of those clubs are really trying their best to, improve and compete with Buffalo, but we really don't know long term about how it's going to play out for them. So I don't know. We'll find out down the road what happens to it, but it's just an impressive signing.
Speaking of running backs, yesterday I almost had an aneurysm when you told me that the Panthers signed whoever that guy was.
Dante Foreman.
Yeah. So when they signed him, I was just like, oh my God, they're getting rid of my boy. I almost had like a mini stroke. And I was like, oh, why did he sign the running back? Like, why? Like, I just don't understand the point of this. I unless they're signing him just because they know McCaffrey is injury prone or whatever. I just don't understand the signing. I wouldn't have went for a running back at all. I don't understand the logic behind it.
I don't either, but I think it's mainly for the sole purpose of insurance in case if God forbid he does get injured. I mean, he is an injury prone player. There's no denying that about him. I mean, he is a good overall player when he's healthy, but it's like they probably don't want to just have to wait around for him if God forbid he gets hurt. I mean, Foreman is a good third down running back, so that I think would benefit the Panthers a lot. So we'll see where it goes from here. And on top of all that, they also signed a former wide receiver by the name of Rashard Higgins, who for a 1-year deal, who played for the Cleveland Browns.
You know what? He's already dead. He played for the Browns, so.
Yeah, and I think he played for the Bengals too. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, it's a 1-year deal for Dante Foreman yesterday. It's a 1-year deal, I think around like 4 to 5 million. And there was so much, crazy news all across the league from yesterday and today, of course, and then within the day beforehand. But the biggest news that the Carolina Panthers were able to accomplish was bringing in offensive guard Austin Corbett from the Super Bowl champion Rams for 3 years, $29.25 million.
That to me is a sign that we need it. That is a good sign, and that is a fucking player that can make a difference in what we need. Not just a random signing. That's something we really fucking need.
Mm-hmm. And on top of all that, Hassan Reddick is leaving the Carolina Panthers. He's signing a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, that makes me sad because I like him.
Yeah, I hear you.
He was a good fucking player. He was a good team player, and yeah, it sucks. I thought he was going to stay.
Yep. And the Panthers, of course, have cut ties with Morgan Fox and AJ Boye.
AJ Boye.
Yeah, don't let the door hit you in the way out, you fucking homo.
Well, there you go. So they're officially gone. So that's been a lot of news lately for the Carolina Panthers. And yeah, honestly, I expect this to be a lot more crazier than it is. What was I going to say? Fuck. So yeah, there was a lot. Oh, sorry. I read something differently.
Bobby's sidetracked. Just give us a second, folks.
Yeah, I got it. So I think we got most of the football stuff figured out for now. I mean, we fully expect more to come down the road. I mean, that's not surprising. But the other thing that's surprising too is Adam Thielen and 2/3 of the Minnesota Vikings offense is up for trade, including Eric Hendricks and Dalvin Cook.
Oh, fuck, I'll take Cook.
Yeah, I would too. I totally would. I mean, if I'm the Buffalo Bills, I'd be calling the Vikings right now and say, hey, we'll give you a first-round pick for Dalvin Cook. If he can
first-round pick, take Cole Beasley as the fucking jigsaw puzzle piece. Take him too. He's a piece of shit. And a first-rounder for Cook. Yeah, all day.
Yeah. And the funny thing too is Cole Beasley is more than likely going to be one of two things. Either he's going to get traded or he's going to either they're going to trade him or they're going to cut him. It's one way or the other.
Just cut his ass. Just fucking cut his ass.
Yep. And the Minnesota Vikings, while we're on top of this, the Vikings are also trying to trade star defensive end Danielle Hunter as we speak. Fuck. What is up with the Vikings?
I wish.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of talk at this point. I mean, honestly, I don't know what's going to be brought next. I don't know what running backs the Bills are going to bring in. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not convinced they're getting Christian McCaffrey. I think they have a better shot to get Saquon Barkley.
Dude, I really think McCaffrey going anywhere depends on the Watson thing. It all depends on that. It all hinges on that, whether the Panthers go on the full rebuild or they try to keep it going.
Yeah, and if I'm the Panthers, by any means necessary, I would look everywhere I possibly can to give him the best scenario to win. But if they're going to trade him, they put him on the Bills. I mean, look what they've established so far. I mean, dude, they got fucking Von Miller, for God's sakes. So if they can get Von Miller, they could definitely get Christian McCaffrey.
I don't know. No, you know what I said. If the fuck McCaffrey goes, I go.
Of course. But as of right now, it's likely he's going to stay.
Oh, yeah. He ain't going nowhere until whatever happens.
Mm-hmm. And so let's shift our gears a bit because there's a lot of hockey news coming out now. And there has actually been a few trades during the show. Yeah, would you believe that? If only Sean was here because, I sent them the message, but let's get right down to it. So there were 2 trades today as we speak, or 4 within the last 48 hours. And that is, we'll talk about the 2 Colorado trades. So, Andy, you want to kick us off with the trades that the Avalanche made?
Oh, the Avalanche, my second favorite team, picked up a massive big boy and a defenseman with Josh Manson from the Ducks for was it Drew Hellison? I think he was a second round pick a year or two ago or something like that.
Yeah, it's Drew Hellison and a 2023 second round pick to the Ducks for Josh Manson.
Unfucking real. I you know what? I'm scared of the Avalanche on a good day, but you put a big fucking. You can't even call him a goon. He's a great puck moving defenseman, and he's not something you want to face, especially in the playoffs.
Oh,
Just let me name off the defensemen that this core has right now. Like, I think it's personally the best.
No question.
You already know you got all hell Kel McCarr.
I'll kill McCarr. Kill McCarr.
I love Cal McCarr.
McCarr, Devin Tays. You have Ryan Murray. You have Jack Johnson, Eric Johnson as the back end, that guys that you could just plug in and play. You got Sammy Girard, another puck moving defenseman. And you got that big nasty kid in the back with McDermott who can drop the gloves if you need to plug him in a playoff game and shit gets crazy. If you feel like you got to play him, and then you go and get Josh Manson. Are you kidding me? Another 6'3", 218-pound kid. I mean, I thought he was younger, but he's actually 30 years old. But the game he played last night, he had 10 hits alone. 10.
The guy is a fucking beast.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
played 18 minutes and 10 hits and a +1.
It's crazy, honestly, to think that the Avalanche are actually trying to bolster that defense. I mean, getting Manson is one thing, and just in time, we are about to talk about the next team in a few minutes because Sean O'Malley is actually joining us now. So where is
Can
Sean?
I just say too? Like, it's Colorado's not done. I feel like the next piece they're going to bring in is Claude Giroux, and then they're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, you know what?
It's going to be a fight, though.
Yeah,
It's going to be a fight.
It's amazing.
Oh, it will. But I feel like he's going to want to go to Colorado because he has his best shot to get a cup there right now.
Absolutely.
Florida's in the running.
Yeah. What's up, Sean?
What's up? All right. I need to just say this. Wait, did you already talk about the whole signing? Oh my gosh. All right. Let me just say this real quick.
Are you okay?
I'm good. All right. I literally just got off work. I was trying to log onto my laptop, but it was acting funny for some reason. So I'm on my phone. But I need to say this. Big Baller B. Crazy bastard, but I freaking love you for it.
Yeah, we actually just spoke about this contract, and it's actually a lot cheaper than the media made it sound out, which is crazy.
My gosh, 6 years, 120 million.
Yeah.
And did we also sign a tight end? What's his name?
Yeah, OJ Howard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What?
So
John just splooged. He's like, "Oh, I just nutted.
Well, I may as well have. Like, what the freak?
Yeah, I mean, I would nut too if I got Von Miller, and clearly they did.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude. But yeah, so what was I gonna say?
Also, Jordan Phillips is back in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I heard.
Damn fucking straight. But yeah, it's insane, honestly, what they're doing. But yeah, so let's keep focus on track here, and that is that the Avalanche are far from done. Did you guys see the Tyson Jost trade the other day?
Yep.
That was I don't agree with that one.
No, I don't either. I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck is Colorado doing? You are literally giving away one of your best prospects for a guy who's what, a fourth line center in Nico Sturm? Are you seriously telling me?
No, but there's logic to it. If you look at it, there is logic to it.
What's the
not
logic?
that I give up Jost, but I feel like the Sturm thing is a playoff player. A fourth line
defensive, defensive kind of guy. And Joseph was trying to move up the line, and he just couldn't crack the top six.
Yeah, like he's overrated too. He is overrated.
I actually heard a few years ago, well, the report came out today. It said that Tyson Jones actually requested a trade a couple of years ago and wanted out of Colorado for a couple of years now because he felt like he wasn't getting enough ice time or let alone playing time. So, and because the Avalanche are so stacked, they basically held on to him until the right opportunity. But why would you trade him for Nico Sturm of all people? You could have at least got somebody different other than him, because what is Nico Sturm going to actually do for the Avalanche in this trade?
Kill
Dude,
penalties.
he's going to kill penalties. He's a defensive player, and he's going to be there when the Avalanche need him to fucking kill penalties, and he'll be a fourth line fucking grinder. That's what he's good at. So,
Yes, so like it's just nuts though what the Avalanche have done in the last couple like hours or days, if you want to compare it. You know
Still
what I'm
young,
saying?
too. He's only 26.
Yeah, you're trading away Tyson Jones. I honestly think that's just a stupid fucking trade, but it is what it is. But
The guy's
Sean,
not going to crack the top 6. What do you want?
yeah,
dude, they're doing him a favor by trading him. They're doing him a favor.
well, yeah, obviously they're doing him a
What,
favor.
what is it going to do if they do get Giroux? It's only going to put him back even further.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts already that they were able to trade him. I mean, fortunately for him, he was able to get an opportunity to play in Minnesota, but it's just crazy how they traded him to a division rival, I believe. Yeah, a division rival. And it's like almost division rival trades are becoming more and more common now in the NHL. Like back then, they were very uncommon, but nowadays it doesn't really matter because everybody plays within the same, division nowadays.
But the thing is, though, is one thing to be a division rival and then have a division rival that's not going to do shit to you. Colorado doesn't give a fuck. There's like nobody in our division can touch us anyway. So why are you going to care what Minnesota does?
Yeah.
Right? You want Tyson Jones? Have at her, bud. It's not like you're going to fucking play us in the playoffs anyway. So you know what I mean?
Nico Sturm's got some size to him. I mean, he's 6'3", 210. I mean, he carries some size with him.
They're building bodies, man. They're building weight for the fucking playoffs. That's what they're doing. They're building fucking
absolutely.
grinders. They're building fucking players that make a team like my Maple Leafs, for example. If my Maple Leafs played them in the playoffs, we would get destroyed, dude. Even if we managed to beat them in the first round, we'd be so beat up and done in the second round. We'd be fucked. We'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Bodied by players, like your smallest player is Kadri, and he's the spiciest player in the fucking league. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're building smart. They're building a fucking smart team for what they need.
Yeah. So, but Sean, what do you think of what the Avalanche are doing? What do you think of it?
Oh boy, I don't like it. What the freak?
I mean, you trade for Josh Manson, you trade away Tyson Jost, and now they're in the mix for Claude Giroux.
Oh jeez.
But you know what? At the end of the day, there's a lot more spicy information that just came out because I actually just sent Sean a notification of a trade that the Seattle Kraken just made. So I am going to leave Sean the honors to read the trade. Go right ahead.
Oh, please don't tell me.
I literally just pulled it up. Just found this article from freaking. Where is it? I just pulled it up.
I just messaged it to you on Instagram.
Yeah, but I also want to read it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Cal Young-Croc has been traded to the Calgary Flames. In exchange, the Kraken have 3 draft picks.
What are
a
yours?
2022 second round pick, a third round pick for next year, and a 2024 seventh round pick. The second round pick is from the Florida Panthers.
Okay. And you also forgot to mention that the Kraken are also retaining 50% of his salary.
So which player is this?
This is Cal Young-Croc.
Cal Young-Croc.
Oh.
Yeah, Cal Young-Croc got traded to Calgary during the show.
Well,
wow.
Well,
Yep. And you know what, too? And I was
loading up. Everybody's starting to load up.
yeah, but so before the Calgary trade, they were almost on the Kraken were on the verge of trading Yarncroc to the LA Kings, but they backed out last minute because they probably have other ideas. But Calgary pretty much came out of nowhere and said, we're going to give you 3 draft picks. So, I mean, long term, Seattle, I think, is in very good hands. I mean, they're getting multiple picks. They have their own and they have Florida's. So that ain't too shabby either.
Well, I still think there's one unnamed person that's probably going to be traded within the next couple of days
Who?
from the Kraken, as in their Capitan.
Oh, Mark
Mhm.
Giordano. Yeah, he got scratched going forward. So when you have a healthy scratch at this point, and this is Deshaun
Look at
101.
okay, look at Ben Sherrod. Okay, well he was a healthy scratch like 2 nights ago. What happened?
He just got
You
traded
know what
to
I mean?
Florida.
He just got traded. Travis Dermott, he's a healthy scratch. As of was it today or
Today's the
today's game?
16th. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day.
But anyways, Travis Dermott's a healthy scratch for the next Leafs game, so that'll tell you he's probably going. You know,
Yeah, it's a 100% guarantee. When you get scratched in the NHL, Sean, right before the trade deadline, that's
G2 forward.
it's pretty much a huge indication you're getting traded.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh
Yep.
boy.
And the funny thing
And,
is, I read a report from Elliot Freeman, and he said that Mark Giordano could be on his way to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Like all roads lead for Giordano to be with Toronto.
hey, you know what? Might as well bring in a couple more captains. Fuck, it's helping so much so far.
Yep. So within that process, Ben Sherrod got traded to the Florida Panthers. In exchange, the Montreal Canadiens are getting prospect Ty Similanic. I believe I said his name right. They're getting a first-round pick in 2023 and a fourth-round pick in 2022. And the Canadiens are also retaining 50% of Sherrod's salary. So let's go around the table. So what do you guys think of the trade?
I'll say this: the Maple Leafs, I'm pretty sure, put in a good bid on Sherrod too. They put in, I'm pretty sure it was a first-round pick. Travis Dermott, I think, was fucking involved, and some other prospect that, from what I heard. But yeah, I was hoping Sherrod was going to come, because here's how I know that if Giordano was traded, it's either going to be the Leafs or it's going to be one of the other trade rumor teams. But just the fact that Sherrod has gone to Florida now just solidifies my mind that Giordano is going to be a Leaf.
Well, here's something else that just came out from Darren Drager of TSN. He just said the Seattle Kraken are impressed by the return that Florida gave up for Ben Sherrod, which could lead to Giordano's return being very similar than what people originally thought. So, in other words, the Kraken could get a first-round pick from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they could use it for the draft this coming summer.
Absolutely fucking not. Are
Well-
you getting fucking a first-round pick for Giordano as a goddamn rental player? No
Well,
fucking way. No fucking way.
well, look at what Florida just did. Florida just gave up a first
He's
round.
a washed-up fucking captain from fucking the Calgary Flames. Nobody's gonna fucking want it for any more than a second or third draft fucking pick.
I will laugh my ass off if the Toronto Maple Leafs by Monday night end up trading for a first round pick for Giordano. And you know what? At the end of the day, I guarantee you by post trade deadline, Sean will make a video on this channel and he's gonna say, Adam, I hope you're watching, man, because thanks for that first round pick for Mark Giordano.
Well, you're welcome. We have no good first round picks.
Well, that's where you're wrong, because the Kraken could actually flip that first round pick and get a top 6 forward like Clayton Keller if they decide to trade for him or someone else in return. But regardless of what the
Good luck. Good luck, because Kraken is a joke and nobody's gonna want to go there. So take all the picks you want.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, Buffalo has 3 first rounders from one from Vegas and one from Florida. So there you have it. So
I would like to say something. Jeez.
sure, go ahead.
So fast to get off the topic.
What topic?
Yeah, Bobby, shut up. Let Andy talk.
Jeez. I mean, look, these teams are going to be loading up like crazy. And it's amazing how far some of these teams will go and dish out the future for the now. So you better put your money where your mouth is and pick the right players for your push, for your playoff push, because 2 years down the road you'll be done, and then you're gonna have to dismantle and get rid of players. You know, you're not stuck. You're not stocking the cupboards with draft picks. You're letting them all go. I mean, and you got to figure Montreal's getting back a first rounder that I mean, maybe most likely a low end first round pick from the Panthers. So, I mean, you got to check the value.
I
But
mean,
but the Panthers have a good prospect pool, so it's not like they're not getting anything.
right.
Well, they got a decent pool.
So, yeah. So, Sean, besides all that going on, what do you think of the return the Kraken got for Yarncroc?
I mean, looking at it now, I'll take it honestly. You know, three picks. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to build a franchise. So
Yeah.
Well, Seattle, that's exactly what Seattle needs. They need picks. They need to make their team better because obviously they don't know how to fucking expansion draft rate. So they got to take the picks.
yep.
Yep. Spoiler alert, they'll trade it for a first round pick for Mar Giordano. I had to. I mean, it's predictable at this point. I mean, if you're gonna trade Giordano for a similar, deal what Florida gave up for Sherratt, Seattle Kraken fans should honestly be very excited about it because you're gonna be paying very little in return for a guy who's gonna be a UFA at the end of the year anyway. And somebody's going to bet, and they're going to say, we'll give you a first round pick for him. So I'm almost willing to bet that Giordano will end up being traded to the Leafs, and they will give up a first round pick. I'm almost certain of that.
Dude, I can tell you now, if he goes to the Leafs, he's going to be there for, the every year so-called playoff push for the Leafs, get put out in the first fucking round, and then they're going to be like, okay, go sign somewhere else now.
You do understand that if they do get Giordano by any means necessary, and if the playoffs started today, the Leafs would be playing Tampa Bay in the first round.
I'd be okay with that.
Why? Tampa's like.
I'm more comfortable playing Tampa than I would be playing fucking the Bruins or Carolina or teams like that. Like I'm not gonna. I'd rather play the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning.
Well, I mean, if you're taking it from that standpoint, you're barking up the wrong tree here. I mean, Tampa won back.
Why? How am I barking up the wrong tree? You're putting two offensive teams against each other.
Are you serious? Dude, you lost to the fucking Sabres in an outdoor game. That should be more than enough to
again, Mr. I don't know what playoffs are because I don't make them. I'm just telling you now, I would rather fucking play the Tampa Bay Lightning, a fucking offensive flight team, over a team like the Boston Bruins because they're a playoff fucking team. Lightning aren't a playoff team. They are a fucking offensive juggernaut. They're not a fucking defensive team. But the Leafs can keep up with Tampa, dude. I see it every time you play them. They can keep up with Tampa easily.
Yeah, thanks for telling me that, mister. I've never seen the second round in my life. So
okay, but at the same time, okay, so you're talking about, they lost to the Buffalo Sabres at the Heritage bullshit.
Yeah, because you always say the Sabres are a joke.
Okay, so anyways, my point proven last night when the Leafs took Peter the fucking garbage Mrazek out of the fucking net, put a goddamn rookie from Sweden in the net, and he got a fucking shutout. What do you know? And he had more shots than Mrazek had in 2 fucking games, man. Don't tell me it's not the goaltending. I know defense sucks in the Leafs, but don't tell me it's not goaltending.
Didn't you just say last episode?
Last night fucking proved it, dude. That goaltending, what Mrazek especially, is fucking absolute garbage.
Yeah, and everybody's saying the Leafs need goaltending. The Leafs need goaltending. And yet, again, you bring up this rookie from the Marlies, and then he's killing the Dallas Stars out there. I give the Leafs props for that, but it's like, I mean, what's going to happen when Jack Campbell?
Okay, so wait, shut up. Just shut up and wait. I'm not done yet.
This ought to be good.
So here's how much space that fucking O'Keefe has in fucking Mrazek. The guy comes in. I can't pronounce his name. It's spelled. It's pronounced different than how you say it. Anyways, Kellgren or whatever, Kellgren, but it's Swedish. But anyways, he comes in, relieves Mrazek because he's an absolute bum. Makes 10 saves. So Keefe's like, oh, you know what, Mrazek, you suck. So I'm going to start him against Dallas. He gets a shutout. And then this is how much faith he has in Mrazek. He's just like, you know what? This rookie is probably a one and done fucking rookie. Come up, get a shutout. Another fucking, what's his name? that came up for the Leafs and got like fucking 4 wins in a row, and you're like, oh my god, he's the next god in that. What's his name? I can't remember his name. That's how unrelatable he is.
Yeah.
But anyways, so he has more faith in an AHL Swedish league goalie, a minor league goalie, to play against Carolina than he does Mrazek. So I'll go to show you what kind of a fucking bum Mrazek is.
Well, I mean, if they had that much faith in him, they should have never have started him in the Heritage Classic on Sunday. And having to watch him embarrass himself in front of the whole, not only country, but in America on TNT and at Sportsnet in Canada. Not only that, but it just further proves that everybody's just questioning Toronto's narrative at this point with the goaltending. I mean, yes, Austin Matthews is amazing. I will admit I was wrong about him 6 years ago when I was comparing him with Jack Eichel. I admit it. But as far as everything else goes, the Maple Leafs should not be losing teams to teams like Buffalo and Arizona. Why the fuck?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I agree.
Point.
And but it goes to the little things, and it goes to like the dude. I guarantee you, Toronto will go on a fucking run now, probably 4 or 5 games in a row. They'll beat Carolina. They'll beat all the teams that they shouldn't beat. That's how Toronto works, dude. That's how they work. They shine when they're not supposed to shine, and when they're supposed to shine, they turn into fucking a muddy puddle of shit. And that's what happens against Arizona. That's what happened against Buffalo, and that's what will continue to happen because they get overconfident, get lazy, and then goaltending doesn't help. And that's how it goes. I'm a Leafs fan. I've fucking seen it over fucking years and years and years and years and years. This is how it fucking happens every fucking year.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but it's like you have to take it from the standpoint in the ground up. You know, it's like the Leafs are so destined to make it far in the playoffs with what they have. And then again, the issue primarily is goaltending and defense. You desperately need that help. I mean,
I don't think that the whole Jack Campbell thing that was happening, I don't think is him having a slump. I think he was actually hurt before this, and reports came out that he wasn't himself in practice and shit, and he didn't admit to being hurt, but I think he was hurt way before he went off with the rib injury because he was not playing himself. How can you go from like being one of the top goalies in the league to the next fucking 6 games letting in 4 more goals a game? That doesn't make any sense in my mind. No sense.
Fair enough.
I think he was hurt. I think he was hurt for weeks before that.
Fair enough. But bottom line, though, is that there's a lot of targets on the Maple Leafs back at this point with everything going on about them, whether it's Jack Campbell getting hurt, whether it's losing to games like Arizona, Buffalo, whether it's improving the defense. You know, the Leafs are in this little dome or a container of toothpaste, and they have to squeeze every ounce of that container that they have left with this core before eventually they have to blow it up in less than 3 years from now, maybe 5 if they're lucky.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to look that far into it. I'm looking at the fact that, yeah, we have like, if not the most explosive offense in the league. When it comes down to it, we do. If you look at it, other than like teams like Colorado and the Panthers, I don't think there's a team out there that has an explosive offense like us. So we have all of the weapons. We just need we need the core parts of being defensive when we need to be defensive, and the penalty kill when it counts, and not giving up fucking 4-goal leads. And it's been the same monotonous bullshit for fucking 10 years at least. You know, it's same old, same old.
I don't know. I would match up the Panthers to be a little bit better than the Maple Leafs when it comes to scoring.
Well, that's what I mean. Like it's a toss up. I feel like the Maple Leafs have, if not, you know, if they had like a better player, like everyone's saying, oh, bunting this, bunting that. How the fuck can't you not be on a line and not get points with Matthews and Marner? It's almost impossible.
Yeah,
So,
really.
The player is way overrated. He's way overrated, in my fucking opinion. And you could put anybody on the line with Matthews and Marner, they're going to get fucking points, man. Yeah, and I just feel like, you know what? There's overrated lines in the league, like fucking McDavid and Draisaitl. I think they're way overrated. I think that they fucking can't be consistent. that's the one thing Matthews and Marner's line can do is be consistent. They always are.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Sean, what do you think of all that with the Trami, please?
I mean, I agree. I agree with what Adam said, basically.
Well, we'll find out from here on out. But like I said, there's a load of coverage going on from here on out. So I fully expect the NFL free agency frenzy to be continuously nuts, and I expect the NHL trade deadline to be continuously nuts. But then again, at the end of the day, it's going to be really fun for all of us to come back here in a week or so and be like, wow, let's see what's going on from here. But the one piece of news, and I actually forgot to mention this earlier, and forgive me for that, is did anybody see the contract that Tomas Hertl got from the San Jose Sharks?
8 for 8.
Oh, Jesus. I don't like those fucking Thomas Hertl is a fucking great player, but I don't agree nowadays to give any player an 8-year fucking deal.
Yeah, I get a sense why that would be the case. But yeah, so to anybody who hasn't heard, the San Jose Sharks offered Tomas Hertl, and he accepted it, by the way, 8 years worth about $8.1375 million at annual average value per season for the next 8 years with the Sharks. So that's about 8 years, around 64 million, I believe, at that point.
Yeah, 64 mil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something nuts like that. But I think it's worth it for the Sharks because they always say, well, we have issues with the cap and we're also signing these guys that are almost out of their prime. Okay, let's sign a 28-year-old to an 8-year deal. More 8-year deals for everybody. So half of the San Jose Sharks, if you look on capfriendly.com. So Sean, if you could do us a favor, guy, go on capfriendly.com, right? Go on capfriendly.com and you will see the contracts the San Jose Sharks have. I want you to read to me the players they have who has over 8 million at cap and how many can you find on there? And I'm almost certain that from top to bottom on offense and defense and on goaltending, how many players are on the San Jose Sharks that have around $8 million, let alone 9?
Oh,
Okay.
there's probably like fucking 4.
All right, so I'm looking at the signing right now, and I see Thomas Hertl up there, the $8 million thing. Let's see. No.
I think Mark Edward Vlasic is in there too.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, Brent Burns is in there. Eric Carlson is
I
definitely there.
Brett Burns is worth it though. That's a
see
player I'd fucking take any fucking day of the week.
I see someone, Jack Hughes of the New Jersey Devils, $8 million.
No, we're looking at the San Jose Sharks. Look up the San Jose Sharks cap.
Hang on.
Yeah, go to
Okay.
teams and then find the San Jose Sharks.
Okay. Let's see. Cap hit. Okay. Logan Couture. No, wait.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Yeah, you're right.
I was looking at a different season. Yeah. Logan Couture. Shoot, where else? Dang. Defense. Eric Carlson. Brett Burns. I think. Yeah,
Mark
that's
Edwards Vlasic.
Yeah, Mark Edward Vlasic is another one. So
well, yeah, his is $7 million.
Yeah, so they're in the $7-8 million range.
yeah,
Okay.
Evander Kane, I think, was making $7 million at one point before he got bought out of his contract.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
So how many did you find in general?
Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4? That's it?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. 7 million or over.
Are you sure that's not 5 or 6?
No, there should only be like 4 because
Yeah.
those are the ones that are signed to like long-term big contracts.
Yeah. Cool. Logan Couture, Eric Carlson, Brent Burns, and Mark Edward Vlasic. That's
Okay.
it.
And Hurdle. So that's 5.
Yeah, that's about 5 players. So they've invested half of their salary cap to 5 players, and all of them are in their mid-30s. It's stuff like this that's going to hurt the San Jose Sharks going forward, because what's going to happen is whether they play out their entire contract or when they get bought out or if they get traded, one way or another, the San Jose Sharks cap-wise are fucked going forward. I mean, Tomas Hertl's a great player, But if he were to finish that contract right now, he would be 36 years old just to finish up that contract. Like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
nobody
Yep.
finishes up a fucking 8-year contract, dude. You usually get traded halfway through.
Yeah. And I think in the next CBA deal, in less than a couple of years, whenever they renegotiated, I think the NHL should really consider looking at the long-term deals of these contracts. I think they should eliminate the 8-year deals, get rid of them entirely, and the minimum you can give is 5 years at minimum. What do you guys think?
Dude, I don't think it should be any more than 3.
No,
honest.
I think 5 is fair.
3-year contracts. 3-year contracts, man. Then you're saving money, plus you're fucking keeping players around for long enough to see if they're worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I know certain players are getting around ELC contracts for about 3 years. I think Darlene is making over 3 million for 3 years or something like that. I know that for a fact. What's another player that got a decent contract like that? Jack Hughes had that at one point, and then he got 8 million by the Devils. And then you have Austin Matthews making around 9 million or 10 million, whatever the number is. And then kind of going on from there. I mean, the bottom line is, I think the teams like San Jose are in a dire situation going forward. Minnesota's another team. You know, you have to look at the contracts from all these teams across the league, and you have to say, we're going to point the finger at whoever just put the team in their cap situation in the worst possible scenario. I would even say Edmonton's in this scenario, because look at what they're paying Connor McDavid. They're paying him $12.5 million per season for the next 5 years. It's nuts.
Oh, dude, just wait until Matthews signs his next contract.
If he's on the Toronto Maple Leafs by that point.
Oh, he will be. He ain't going nowhere.
Well, a lot of people are saying that Matthews wants out in less than a couple of years, and he might end up going home there.
Wait, where'd you see that? Where's the proof?
Adam, everyone's been talking about this for 3 years.
Okay, so everybody's talking about it, but where's the fucking proof?
Well, number one, there was a Leafs fan at the game against Arizona a few days ago wearing an Austin Matthews Coyotes jersey, the Kachina one, by the way. That's number one. Number two.
So what does that have to do with anything?
I'm gonna tell you, and that is that number one, that guy was wearing a Maple Leafs jersey. I mean, a Coyotes jersey with Austin Matthews on it, and he's from Arizona. That's number one. And number two, if you look at the length of his contract, it's 5 years, around 10.5 million. So what happens if he signs another extension with Toronto, right? What if he signs another extension and then the Leafs just start to decline from there? Look what happened to San Jose. They went out of their way and spent all this money on these players.
Yeah, you're still beating around the bush here. Where's your proof of when he's going to Arizona?
I don't have any proof of that, but there's a lot
exactly.
of
Shut dirty home.
Adam. There's a lot of rumors going around about this in the last 3 years. I know you're
okay. Wait, say that word again.
What?
Rumors. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna type it up right now on Google. Coyotes rumors.
Oh God! What? You actually think I'm gonna sit here and take that like real information or what?
Obviously not. But there was also almost at one point where Austin Matthews almost got a offer sheet from the Yotes a few years ago, and the Leafs matched it. And sure enough,
yeah. So what makes you think he was gonna take?
Oh, here we go. Bob McKenzie on NBC Sports a few years ago. He said the Toronto Maple Leafs forward Austin Matthews might be the target of an offer sheet by the Arizona Coyotes. And the NHL offer sheets are rare, but it's also rare to see such prominent restricted free agents potentially available in the summer. And names like Mitch Marner, Patrick Laine, and Austin Matthews became available in the same season. When you have a factor in the fact that some of the teams that have control over these contracts also have salary cap issues, it becomes a story to watch. At least if you've asked Bob McKenzie on TSN and NBC, and he said it would be something if Arizona decided to make a play for Matthews and just how interested he would be in going home to Arizona. What this mean?
Okay, but wait. This is the team that can't even keep yourselves in a fucking stadium.
Okay.
And they're gonna pay Matthews, right?
Yeah. But to finish up this topic, it says right here what this means. If Arizona comes out and makes a play for Matthews, it would be the biggest one in hockey. It would show that a player of Matthews' caliber isn't a guaranteed lock to stay in Toronto, a place many people call the center of the hockey universe. And it will show that a big name talent is willing to go to a market like Arizona that isn't known for attracting superstars. It would change the face of two franchises in one movement. It would certainly set a snowball of changes in Toronto as the team will have lost their best player and need to adjust accordingly.
They can't even afford their taxes for the stadium. It makes you think they can afford to fucking pay Matthews like 13 mil a year.
For the same reason they were able to give Oliver Ekman-Larsson all that money before he got traded.
Okay, Andy, please help me here. Please explain to Bobby why he's a dummy.
I hope he goes back home to Arizona.
See, I'm not alone.
Anyways, as a logical person, Andy, please explain to Bobby how this probably won't happen in all likelihood.
Well,
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's intriguing to go home. You know what I'm saying?
I know it might be intriguing to go home, but the goddamn place can't afford a goddamn stadium, let alone fucking Austin Matthews.
well, is it possible that he might also want to leave to get out of the spotlight in Toronto? I mean, Toronto's a fucking hellhole for any superstar player.
But it's the one team that everybody wants to win on.
Yeah, I know that, but they can't accomplish anything in 55 years. I know the Sabres don't have cops, I know that, but still, I mean, when you're a half a century old, when you're a centennial old team or a century old team like Toronto, and you're a half a century old drought, almost 60 years into this process, you have all these star players, and most of them want to get the fuck out. Look what happened to Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel didn't even want to be in Toronto. He got traded to Pittsburgh, and he won 2 Stanley Cups. And same thing happened with Dion.
But wait, there's still rumors that Kessel could come back.
But you don't want Phil Kessel, and you bitched up a storm.
Absolutely, I don't. I want a hamburger-eating motherfucker on our team. You can go fuck his head.
Why not? He's a good player.
Goddamn. You know what? I can't say anything bad about the guy. He's a goddamn fucking stud. He's an Iron Man. He's the Iron Man, dude. He left the game after the first shift, after a fist pump from his team to go have his kid.
Yeah,
just so he could extend his fucking record.
Well, yeah, they also said because his wife was about to go into labor. So, I mean, where the guy is going to say, no, you can't go be with your wife.
No, but my point is, all the years ago when he was playing wherever, and they were like making fun of him because like, oh, Phil Kessel likes hamburgers.
He's fat.
He's fat, but all those guys that chirped him were like 10 injuries in and fucking ACLs replaced, and Phil Kessel's still going strong.
Philly hot dog.
Yeah.
I mean, but Sean, what do you think about all this? Honestly, like, do you honestly think if Matthews were to decide, based on the length of his contract, which I think is like 5 years, $10.5 million because he signed the contract in 2019, his current contract has this year and next year afterwards. I think 2024 is when his contract expires. Do you think he stays in Toronto where the spotlight remains, or do you think he goes home to Arizona if they have a home by that point?
Honestly, I can't really see anybody wanting to go to Arizona. I think he's going to stay in Toronto. Because hear me out, all right? Just real quick. I mean, just the way freaking Arizona is right now, the way they're how messed up their franchise is. Why would anyone want to go to a team that's just completely a freaking wreck? Like, I'm just saying.
I mean, he's got a point.
They're a complete mess right now, and for the love of me, I still can't understand how we're still freaking losing to them.
Well,
see, Bobby, you had to bring up Arizona again.
Let me not talk about me about that, but for real though, I can't see them going to Arizona. They don't have.
I can see him going home. I can see him going home. They're gonna have the money for him.
Oh yeah, they always do.
Hey, Andy, shut your dirty whore mouth.
I'm not done yet, you whorebag. I could see him going back, but it all depends on the pieces that are there. And if he's willing to go to a team that's still rebuilding in a way, and what they're going to bring, what they're going to be able to bring in, and who they draft. Now, they got a good draft pick in Dylan Gunther. And, you're going to build around him and Clayton Keller. I don't know if it's going to look good for Jacob Chikrin in the next coming days or this offseason, but
dude, I'd love to see the offer package for Matthews. I'd love to see it. Just what teams would offer.
I'm almost willing to bet it's like 2 top prospects, 2 first-round picks, and a middle-round pick, and a player on the current roster. It's going to be very similar to what the Flyers gave up 30 years ago to get Eric Lindros.
Well, here, you want to know what's a funny thing, though? I mean, this year, look at what the Coyotes have for draft picks. They have 3 first rounders and 5 second rounders.
No,
That's a package.
do
That's a
not
package.
trade those picks to Toronto, especially with what they got going on right now. The Leafs
Oh,
are
I
trying-
know. I'm just saying, if they put a package together and they wanted Matthews back home, they can do it with draft picks. I don't know about players, but they can definitely give some picks up.
Dude,
No.
they ain't got enough. They ain't got enough.
You know how fucking dangerous that would be if you're the Coyotes? If you have 3 first-round picks and you're willing to trade at least 2 of them to the Toronto Maple Leafs, they could easily flip those picks and get something else for them.
Depends on what picks they want. They got their own, they got Carolina, and they got Colorado. So 2 late first rounders and an early rounder.
Yeah, Buffalo could do the same thing, except that'll never happen.
Never know.
Well, I mean, listen, if the Bills were
I'll
able to
never
get
say
Von
never.
Miller, I don't see why the Sabres wouldn't be able to get Austin Matthews in 5 years.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
I would love that. That big, dirty whore mouth of mine.
I would travel all the way to there just to slap the shit out of you just to make my point.
Well, well, you don't have to do that because the Sabres already did that by beating the Sabres in an outdoor game. Congratulations.
Wait.
got
The
embarrassed by
Sabres
the-
beat the Sabres?
Congratulations. You lost to a bottom feeder in a fucking outdoor game.
We feel like pity games are in order sometimes.
Well, I don't know what's worse. Losing that game, losing to the Coyotes, or losing to a Zamboni driver.
Well, dude, I think the Zamboni driver is the worst.
Yeah, or blowing a 3-point lead in game 7 against Boston.
Okay, that one hurt.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean the Sabres are shit.
You know
At least
what?
I
I
have something
still
to brag
remember.
about.
I still remember it to this day. It was 9 minutes, 19 seconds left, 4-1 lead, and it melted really quick.
Yep. This is why we don't talk about like this. Show me where the doll, show me on the doll where it hurts you. Show me where he touched you.
This is why I cut myself on a daily basis.
Don't do that.
I'm not being serious, you dipshit.
I don't know, cocksucker. So it is what it is.
You just
What?
say cocksucker. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what you do with the Toronto Maple Leafs 9 times out of 10. Well, speaking of cocksucking, Jesperi Kotkaniemi yes, the Hurricanes are reportedly giving him an 8-year deal worth about $4.4 million at annual average value per year for the next 8 years with the Carolina Hurricanes.
Joke.
Overpaid fucking bum. He's not worth any more than $2 million a year.
Okay, what about this one? Rasmus Dahlin, 5 years, $25.5 million with the Philadelphia Flyers.
Absolutely not. If Buffalo gives him up, they'll return it.
But
You mean
Buffalo-
Rasmus Ristolainen?
yeah, Philadelphia got desperate and
I
they
thought you.
traded-
I thought you meant you were trading fucking Darlene to fucking the Flyers.
What? No. I said Ristolainen, not Dahlin. Ristolainen.
Oh
sucks.
no. Well, he's another bum, and I don't think he's worth any more than. What do you say? He's getting $5 million a year.
Yeah, $5 million per year for the next 5 seasons with the Flyers.
Yeah, you could probably get 2 fucking defensemen in his place to do 10 times better for half the price.
And put it this way, the Flyers also gave up a first, a second, and Robert Hagg in that trade back in the summer. And yet you pay the guy $25 million.
No, that's too much. What the freak has that guy done to even earn that much anyway? Come on.
Yep. Ooh, we have some breaking news. The Seattle Seahawks are starting to monitor their Matt Ryan situation. So things are moving in the right direction.
Matt Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan.
Oh gosh.
Yep. They are monitoring. So we'll see what happens with that rumor because we already talked about it so much. So we already talked about the Heritage Classic, I think, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, we already addressed that. So is there anything you guys want to say before we go?
Go Sabres. Go
Sabres.
Bills. Go 49ers. Yeah, go Dodgers.
Yep, go Bills. But I will say this too. I actually ordered Andy 2 more jerseys. I think you're gonna like.
Think about your fucking jerseys.
Yeah,
They're not even signed. They're not even worth anything.
check out this one. You see it?
Don't give a flying fuck about your goddamn jerseys.
Yep.
I
And,
got jerseys too.
and here's one more I bought, which is coming soon.
Yeah, I mean that's nice. I like the old Capitals.
Washington Capitals. But I'm also contemplating if I want to put money down on the Coyotes Kachina jerseys from the 1990s with Jeremy
Those are-
Grant on the back.
The ones that they got right now, they are those the dark jerseys. Those Kachinas have actually grown on me the past like 2 weeks. I don't know, for some reason. Like when I got to see it in the bright lights, like it really is a pretty nice designed jersey.
Yep. And I'm also contemplating of buying a Seattle Kraken jersey.
Penis.
Ew, Seattle. Ew.
Hey,
Nah.
I'll take it. You know what? I'll make myself better by simply saying that I think I'm probably gonna buy the navy blue jersey. Either that or I'm gonna wait till whoever they get in the offseason. I'm leaning towards Philip Grubauer, but I'm not exactly sure just yet because who the fuck knows? Ron Francis might come out and just send out a tactical nuke and just say, fuck it, we're gonna go and spend as much money as we can and make the Kraken competitive for the next few years.
He ain't getting rid of Grubauer. So one good player do you have?
Brandon Tanev, Jordan Eberle.
Not good players, mediocre.
Go get Matty Beniers.
Yep. So of all things in life, everybody sucks other than Austin Matthews. That's Adam's logic.
No, I said Varlamov was a player they build around.
Yeah. So, and of course, you're talking about Benny Beniers when he fully develops in a year and a half. He'll be on the Seattle Kraken by 2 years from now, at minimum, if he fully develops. Whether he decides to go back to Michigan with Owen Power or he might end up coming up later this year because the Kraken are definitely not going to the playoffs this year. But if I'm a Seattle Kraken fan, Sean, I would be really excited about the draft lottery later this year because the odds of you winning it, the first overall pick, are very high right now.
Mhm.
Dude, okay, go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
My bad. But like, so, but like, what other team is aiming for that top draft lottery pick too?
Okay, what was the question?
Montreal, Arizona.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Arizona. Freaking Arizona.
Montreal, Arizona, Seattle, Philadelphia, Ottawa, Buffalo, New Jersey, Chicago, Detroit, the Islanders, San Jose, Columbus, and Anaheim, in that order.
Well, you know Buffalo's not gonna get it because these fuck up number one draft picks hang going.
Oh yeah, they fucked up Darlene big time, and he's talking so much.
He's doing just fine. What are you talking about? He's doing just fine.
He's just
I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you guys. Jesus, relax.
Are you watching tape of this kid? This kid's improving every single fucking
I know.
year.
I'm jealous. I want to own power.
Yeah, and you know what too? I've also heard a lot of rumors about the Sabres trading for Jacob Chikrin from the Coyotes.
It's a possibility, but I don't know if I see it. I mean, they can take on contracts. They got $13 million in cap space right now.
Well, they might have more after this year.
I wouldn't give up too much for Chikrin. I'd just leave it the way it was, dude. You got better things coming. I wouldn't even worry about it.
Yeah, me too. I agree with Adam on this one. So, is there anything you guys want to say before we wrap up this week's episode?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, I do. Let's go, Brandon. Bean.
Oh, Brandon.
Okay, I got one thing to say.
Go ahead.
Bobby has a mangina. Bobby has a mangina.
I have one. Matthews will be a future yote. Matthews will be a future yote. Adam will take a shit all over his toilet seat.
What the fuck?
I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say.
You really know how to take something and really put it in the shitter for real.
Hey, that's the fucking point.
I took a movie quote. You just fucking ruined it.
Good.
Unbelievable.
You know, like fucking Step Brothers when fucking he's in the musical and he's like, Brandon has a mangina.
No, I haven't seen Step Brothers in like 13 years.
You're a fucking sick individual. That's a classic movie.
I love that movie, but I don't remember exactly that part.
You don't remember that part when in a choir and like, Brendan has a mangina, and the old man stands up and goes, Brendan has a mangina.
No, but I know the choir for South Park recently where they were saying Kyle's mom's a big fat bitch, is a big fat bitch, is a big fat bitch.
Oh, right. Jesus. 25 years ago that song came out.
No. They
Oh.
redid it again for the 25th anniversary of South Park.
Well, how about the chef song? You know, suck 'em my chocolate salty balls. Put 'em in your mouth and suck 'em. Suck 'em my balls.
Well, I am glad that nothing has escaped our generation of South Park early days.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? We're a bunch of degenerates and we're great.
Yeah.
I wish I could still do his voice.
I wish I had, I wish we went to that area again, but just having a good time, I guess, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wish it was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Rest in peace, Scott Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh my gosh.
Does anyone remember the one time that he shot a toothpick in a lady's eye and got sued for it?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. Like, you know how you used to walk out and flick the toothpick into the crowd?
Yeah, I remember that.
Hey,
the
yo.
one time he walked out and flicked it and it stuck into some chick's eye and she sued him for like 50 grand or something.
What?
Oh man.
Oh, here we go. The Indianapolis Colts are down to 2 QBs, Jimmy Garoppolo and Baker Mayfield, according to SiriusXM The Drive.
Take Mayfield, you fucking dummies.
I think they have a better chance to win with Baker than they do with Jimmy G. But and then of course Andy's gonna pitch up a storm when they keep Jimmy G until training camp.
Jimmy G just took that team to the fucking NFC conference title or whatever the fuck it's called. Again.
Conference championship.
Yeah. Again, you're telling me you take that over Baker? He hasn't even gotten past what?
Well, I mean, to be
Well,
fair, Jimmy G has
He's been with the Browns. He's been with the Browns. You can't blame the fucking guy.
I'm going to say this right now. If there's by any means necessary any trade discussion, I would do a 3-team trade between Indianapolis, Cleveland, and San Francisco. I would trade Jimmy Garoppolo to Cleveland, Baker Mayfield to Indianapolis, and San Francisco would get another player in return in the trade from the Browns, and they would swap first-round picks, or at least get a first-round pick, kind of like what they did a few years ago with DeForest Buckner, where the Colts traded a first-round pick to San Francisco for DeForest Buckner, which turned out great for Indianapolis. I think that's something they should consider doing.
Yeah, but what the fuck would the Niners be left with? Or,
Well, I mean,
like, what would they get?
well,
Give me my Trey Lance, goddammit.
well, they have Trey
yeah,
Lance.
look at
Yeah.
Trey Lance, yeah.
Yep, Trey
Yeah,
Lance.
I don't know. I think your Garoppolo days are fucking get rid of that fucking guy. Move
Yeah.
on.
I'm good with it.
Or you could do this: Cleveland, Seattle, and Indianapolis in a 3-team trade, and you could trade Jimmy Garoppolo. Or no, sorry, San Francisco. I don't know. This it's getting confusing right now.
I'll take Garoppolo. I'll swap you Darnold.
Oh, that actually wouldn't be a bad idea because if the Panthers trade him, then they won't retain any salary.
Whatever. If he's gonna be a fucking backup, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
I'd
do that
use
too,
him
yeah.
as a mascot. He's about as good as a towel boy.
Yep. So, yeah, Matt Barrows from The Athletic is now reporting that the market for Jimmy Garoppolo has been the Colts and only the Indianapolis Colts.
Dude, it's going to be settled the fact that fucking Garoppolo is going to go to fucking the Colts. It's what's going to happen. So
Yeah, or if the Seahawks are smart, trade a first-round pick to Cleveland for Baker Mayfield, or even a second, depending what they do. Because Seattle has the assets. So
Seattle's fucking done. So in my mind, the best option for them is to take. If I was Baker Mayfield, I would not go anywhere near Seattle because you have no future. You just left the team you have no future with. What the fuck if you go to a worse situation?
Well, actually, that's not true because if you trade Baker Mayfield to the Seahawks, they'd still be with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. But again, those guys are available for trade. So we'll see where they go from here. But I'm saying right now, maybe they might change their mind if the Seahawks decide to get Baker. I think that they're going to hold on to DK and they're going to hold on to Lockett and they're going to let him play with what they got. That's what I think if they do that. Which I don't think that's going to be the case, but we'll find out because this whole fucking this fiasco is just crazy. I mean, it's basically just straightforward Jimmy G to the Colts and nothing else.
I'll take Jimmy G, a first round pick, and Bobby's mom.
I'll take your mom in return along with 2 second-round picks and Baker Mayfield.
As long as you got a shovel to dig her up.
You're right. You're going to help me. Hey, you set yourself up on that one.
Well, I'm just saying, like you're gonna have to work to get her at the ground. So,
Yep.
what's left of her? I don't know what's left, but
Yep. Oh, What do we got here, Andy? What did you just send?
It's a dick pic.
Nope. He said just now, and according to Ryan Leslie from Sportsnet, he just said the Maple Leafs, the Hurricanes, and the Rangers are the front runners for Mark Giordano.
Oh, well, tell me something I didn't know, Andy. Tell me.
The sky is blue.
And grass
Not at all times. It's
See? But it does sometimes.
and grass is green.
On
Okay,
the
you know
other
what? I got something else to say. I need to get this off my chest real quick.
Please do.
Okay.
Okay, Roadhammer. Go ahead, fire away.
Okay. Tom Brady, what the freak are you doing, bro?
I forgot about that.
What are
He's
you
fucking-
doing?
He's not done yet.
Nothing left to prove. You
He's not
already
done
won
yet.
7 Super Bowls. What
He
more do
doesn't
you
like.
need?
He doesn't like.
Just stay retired.
He doesn't like odd numbers. He likes even numbers.
He said, "Fuck them kids.
I was just gonna say that.
Fuck them kids."
What the freak, bro?
He's missing one ring to cover his last finger.
He's got 7.
He needs one more to cover all 8.
He's not done yet.
I hope
Oh,
he doesn't last.
He's not done yet.
Fuck's sake. I can't
I'm
even.
not
Did you love how Gronk
Be a
came
father.
out right away? Gronk's
Gronk is-
like, you know what? Brady's there. I'm coming too.
Yeah, Gronk is going back. So basically, half of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming back, except for like 3 people. And one of them, which just happens to be Jordan Whitehead, who signed a deal with the Jets. And then the Rams are falling apart. The Bucks are taking one last shot with Brady before they become irrelevant, just like Seattle. And that's about it.
Dude, Brady's not done. I swear to God. I swear he's gonna come back. He's not gonna get a Super Bowl this year, but he's gonna be like, okay, I'm done this time, and then he's gonna come back and go with someone else. Watch.
Well,
I'm not fucking leaving.
that's what he basically did. He said, "Fuck them kids, I'm coming back."
I guarantee it, dude.
Holy shit! So
Uh,
thanks, Sean. But I think that's about it. And I think we can wrap up this week's episode. So I know Sean had a lot to say. Rest in peace to Scott Hall, even though I'm not a wrestling guy. Rest in peace to the Toronto Maple Leafs playoff chances when they get their ass beat by Tampa in the first round after trading for Giordano's first round pick. And rest in peace to the Colorado Avalanche for basically choking in the second round. And rest in peace to the Buffalo Sabres for getting another draft lottery pick that's not first overall.
Well, rest in peace to your mom's vagina when I wrecked that shit.
Dude, yours was wrecked years ago.
Slava Ukraina.
Well, you see, mate, I can't have a wrecked vagina if I don't have one.
Well, you could stroke your beef somewhere else.
Be it stroganoff. I love beef stroganoff.
It is what it is, and you know damn well. But I can't help that, of course. So
I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about, but sure, go ahead.
I don't know, honestly. I don't honestly know. So bottom line is, Tom, we wish you were here, man. It would have been a full-on 3-hour episode of us just talking about whatever's going on in life. So with that being said, does anybody else want to say one last thing before we all go out for the last time? I swear this time.
I swear I'd run a full-on train on your mother.
Fuck you. Andy?
Goodbye.
Sean?
yeah. Rest in peace to the bad guy. Greatest pro wrestler to have never been a world champion.
Oh, breaking news.
Chico.
Yep, we have actually some breaking news. The
Way to
Tampa Bay
ruin it,
Buc-
Bobby. Way to ruin it.
Chris,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Chris Godwin and the Buccaneers have a deal in place, and Chris Godwin will be going back to the Bucs for 3 years, $60 million, and there's also a guarantee of $40 million, according to ESPN.
Well, he's like, Brady's there, I'm there. Let's go.
Yeah. Every time we try to log out, something crazy happens. So this time we're good. So with your host, I am Bob Hansen from Buffalo After Dark. We have Sean O'Malley, Adam Fitzgerald, and Andy Van Queer from Buffalo After Dark. We will all talk to you all later. Yeah.
That's inappropriate.
Stop that shit right now, Bobby.
I triggered him, but not even noticing.
Don't you dare talk about my husband like that.
Oh God, that was funny.
Motherfucker.
That was funny. All right, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
Buffalo After Dark is an H&H Studio production and is produced in partnership with Horns and Hooves Entertainment.